Success is assumed is achieved through a laser focus. However, this is not the case at all. Rather than a steady beam of light, attention fluctuates like the brightness of a flashlight, according to a new research. For the first time, a study conducted by Princeton University and the University of California concluded that our ability to focus is geared toward bursts of concentration rather than continuous. Even though it may appear that your attention is fixed on this video, in reality, you are zooming in and out of focus up to 4 times a second. The researchers found out that we are truly distracted between those spurts of attention. Distractions cause the brain to take a break and scan the surrounding area to determine if there is anything more significant than what is now occupying its attention. If there isn't, it brings you back to the task at hand. Because of this, your ability to maintain mental focus is a finite resource that depletes your stamina and cognitive ability. Having said that, it is clear our minds have a natural tendency to be distracted. In a world that demands attentiveness and concentration so that you can perform complex tasks like surgeries or flying planes over the Pacific or doing simple minimum wage tasks, how can we improve our productivity? Hi, and welcome back to Fascinating Self. Today, we will talk about ways that we can skyrocket our productivity 100-folds by doing simple quirks in our lifestyle. Stick with us to the end of this episode and you will find out secrets to finishing that project that you have been procrastinating for some months now. Consider subscribing to our channel to join us on the brighter side of life. Let's jump right in. Secret number 1, quit multitasking at all costs. It is a wonderful morning. You have showered and dressed and you are sitting in your office chair with a cup of coffee by your side. To keep yourself in a good mood, you turn on Kanye West's latest album, Donda, and let it bless you in the background. Positive vibes is what you call it. You have got a decent rhythm going on, but you just get a text and you start writing a reply, but then your poodle Milo, whom you forgot to feed, starts furiously barking across the room. You get up to give the dog some food while scrolling through the top memes of the day. 15 minutes later, you return to your desk and discover that you do not remember which of your 15 browser tabs were for the project, and then your phone, which you left on the couch, is ringing. The modern workplace is a multitasking nightmare from beginning to end. In contrast to managers' belief that multitasking is a way to boost productivity, neuroscientists believe the opposite. Decades of studies have demonstrated that the human brain was not built to be capable of multitasking, and forcing people to do so not only leads to stressful work situations, but it also kills productivity, which in turn kills profits. Focusing on a single task at a time is the obvious alternative to multitasking. Develop ways to keep your attention focused on the most vital task while ignoring the plethora of other distractions. Plan your day so that you may focus on the most critical task during the times when you are most productive. After breakfast, but before the afternoon break, this is the ideal time for most people. Secret number 2, plan your day the night before. The night before is just as important as the day itself. Actually, the night before makes it far more possible for you to reach your goals on a given day because of the things you do the night before. Write down the 5 things you need to accomplish the following day and begin each new day by accomplishing those 5 things. On your calendar, you can also put those 5 things on there. Nothing else matters until those 5 items on your list are cleared. By dissecting them, the most efficient productivity strategies can be found to be surprisingly simple. The amount of willpower we have each day is limited. When we make a decision, our willpower is reduced over time. You will squander your willpower trying to decide what your most important priorities are if you do not make a plan for your days the night before. You are going to be surprised by how much your overall productivity shoots through the roof if you plan out the next day the night before. A lack of focus on what you want to do on any given day can result in a lack of productivity. Secret number 3, set achievable goals. There is a striking resemblance between the biographies of Bezos and Elon's of this world. They had a specific goal in mind and were motivated to attain it. They were driven by a strong desire to succeed and to do whatever it took to get there. You can acquire the skills necessary to set more manageable goals that ultimately contribute to our broader, more strategic initiatives. It does not matter if they are short-term or long-term, as long as they all contribute to the achievement of the overall goal. Achievable goals can be used to set goals for yourself, your team, or your company. A short-term victory might serve as a launching pad for the longer-term goal. Timelines are essential for goals because without them, they are prone to be postponed and thus instill a sense of urgency. As a result, you may fail to accomplish your goal because your mind feels like it is under attack. Set goals that are measurable, actionable, reasonable, and time-bound or SMART. Making sure you are not sidetracked by the wrong priorities is crucial. Hey fascinating people, if you like this video, hit the like button and comment I subscribe so that everyone can see who's the most fascinating action taker here. Secret number 4, discover your productive zone. Conducting a thorough self-evaluation is the first thing you need to do in order to determine when you are at your most productive. The idea here is not to make a fixed plan, but rather to identify the time of day when you will be most efficient. Take a look at these 2 questions to get started. Question number 1, what time of day do I have the most stamina and concentration? Is there a time of day when you feel extremely vibrant and enthusiastic? To me, this is the morning. For you, it might be night, but for Sean, it might be dawn. Question number 2, during what time of day do I get the fewest interruptions? To be productive, you need to be able to block off distractions that would otherwise make attention difficult. Having established the time of day when you are most productive, it is time to identify the most common sources of distraction. Breaking up your productive zone to accommodate a built-in interruption will be necessary if you find yourself constantly interrupted. Secret number 5, set up 3 90-minute periods for focused work. Carve out a few 19-minute sessions and 20-minute breaks now that you have identified the phases of your highest energy. Why only 90 minutes? Research shows that most people are most productive when they work in 90-minute intervals followed by a short break. Nathan Kleitman, a sleep scientist in the mid-1900s, discovered the 90-minute rhythm in sleep and energy expenditure. Dr. Schwartz proposes that workers create at least 160 to 90-minute periods of uninterrupted focus each day and see how much more you get done. Why use 3 periods? It will take 4.5 hours to complete 3 90-minute sessions. This may not seem like a lot of time to work, but if you are in a productive state, you will get more done in this period than you might in an 8-hour marathon of drowsiness and exhaustion. In addition, most of us can never find more than 5 hours a day where we can be productive to our fullest potential. The 90-minute work periods should be interspersed with a decent, solid, get-up-and-move-around break. Secret number 6, follow the 2-minute rule for short tasks. Are you procrastinating on small tasks? The gist of the 2-minute rule is that if something will take 2 minutes or less to complete, you should just do it. Don't think about it, don't add it to your to-do list, and don't put it off for later. Knock it out. Basically, if a task will take less than 2 minutes, then the time spent adding it to your system would exceed the time it takes to complete the task. Therefore, you should just do the task. A great example of this is reading an email and then marking it unread to deal with it later. If it will take less than 2 minutes, then do it now. If it will take longer than 2 minutes, then add a task to your system. Accomplishing something productive, no matter how small, will make you feel motivated. Secret number 7, eat healthily. When it comes to workplace productivity, we tend to overlook the importance of food. Food is simply fuel for those of us who are constantly juggling emails, meetings, and deadlines. In reality, this analogy does not hold up to scrutiny. The foods we eat have a greater impact on our health than most of us are aware of. Regardless of the brand of gas you use, you can anticipate the same performance from your car. Distinct foods have different properties. Poor lunch choices can derail an entire afternoon because food has an effect on our cognitive performance. Our bodies process different foods at different rates. A spike in energy is followed by a lull after eating some meals that release glucose quickly, such as pasta, bread, cereal, and soda. Others, such as high-fat meals like cheeseburgers, provide us greater energy for longer periods of time, but they tax our digestive systems, lowering our brain's oxygen levels and leaving us sleepy as a result. Therefore, you should be mindful of what you eat if you have a task that requires you to push through the day. Last but not the least, allow yourself to basically have a good time. It is all too easy to lose sight of the freedom and enjoyment that come with productivity. Using a plan of productivity allows you to enjoy life rather than becoming enslaved to your schedule and chores. Having fun and being productive are the only ways that you may truly live a productive life. So folks, this is the end of the video. Let us know in the comments if you want us to make more videos like this. Don't forget to like and share this video if you like it. See you in the next video.